People often ask me, Nick, what is your favourite boat? And the honest answer is, well, it varies. Well, today I can answer that question for you. Right now, it's this. This is a Zeelander 5, and this is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Look at this. I am completely in love. And I'm going to give you the full tour. I'm going to explain why, but quite frankly, you could stand here and look at that all day without ever stepping foot on board. And that's all I'd need to do. It's just magnificent. The colour, the shape, the style. Now, when they created this, and they build these in the Netherlands, they weren't looking for absolute maximum volume. They weren't looking for maximum value for money. They were just looking to build the best boat that they could. They wanted it to look good, they wanted it to feel good, and they wanted something you could be really, really proud of. And I think they've created it. Now, this is just under 50 feet long, but if you extend the beach club area, it takes you up to about 52 foot long. So this basically rolls over flush against the back of the boat. Obviously those cushions drop flat first. It ends up like that, basically, when it's in the up position. When you drop it down, you've got sunbathing right at water level. That's fabulous. Let's take a wander on board, and I will tell you an awful lot more about this and explain what it's all about. So we can access here. That swings open like that. We've got some great hinge action going on right here before we even got on board of it. Let me just kick my shoes off. A lot of this is very customizable as well, and we'll talk a bit more about that as we go through. One of the many things I love about it is the curves. I love curves. Cars, boats, ladies, we enjoy the curves, and this has those in abundance. Look at that. It's just sexy. I'm sorry, but that's the only word for this. It's sexy. It's fabulous. I want to talk to you about this. This is a cleat, okay? Now, there are various ways that you can put a cleat on a boat. You can go to a cleat supplier and say, hello, I'd like to buy a cleat, and he'll sell you some cleats and you bolt them to your boat. Or you can go to a stainless steel tubing supplier. You can get a length of stainless steel. You can then machine it, so instead of being round, it's oval, like this. And then when you've done that, you can bend it, but you can bend it the wrong way, because clearly it would bend a lot easier that way than it would that way. And having bent it, you then need to create end caps for it, and then you need to weld those end caps on, and then you need to smooth it all off so it becomes one seamless thing. And then when you've done all of that, you've got a cleat. And that's why these boats are expensive, because it's not done for value, it's done to make everything as good as it can possibly be. And you can see that this goes right around the whole boat, and it's here as well. You need to think about this like a Bentley. You know, you can look at a Bentley, and my mum would look at a Bentley and she'd say, well, yeah, but you could buy a, you know, I don't know, a Ford Galaxy, and it'll give you more seats, and it'll have more room in it, and it's more practical, and it's cheaper. And she would be absolutely right. But if you want a Bentley, Ford ain't going to do it, is it? And if you want one of these, well, then you want one of these. This area here, again, there's a degree of customization. This was what this particular owner specified. But if you want to have a big dining table here instead, you might be able to see on that one there, for example, it's got a much larger table, then you can have that. We've got another door over on this side, similar sort of deal, and these tables are height adjustable. So if you want to drop those down to make sunbathing areas, you can do that. There's also this extending bimini that rolls out the back of here or retracts back in. I love this colour. Let's look at it from this side. Oh, so much to like about this boat. Let's head on a bit further forward. This is a big glass window that retracts or raises back up to enclose this area. And even this, the glass, is curved. And you can see it here. Look at the headlining, the way it gently sweeps across as well. There's a door that opens then on this side, as you can see. Other nice little details. If I move my water out of the way, we can look underneath here, and we've got a bin. But also we've got this little catch here. We can release that, and that whole thing lifts up. And we've got a storage area then for fenders, cockpit canopy, that kind of stuff can all live in there. The inside of this is as beautiful as the rest of the boat. There's real shades of Bentley to this, particularly in this wood that wraps around here. Macassar wood, I think I'm pronouncing it right today, just for once. I always get that wrong. But yeah, that is spectacular. You can see it here as well. Again, curved. Then you've got this beautiful Bentley stitched leather across here. The details in areas like this, so these sections you can take out. You can either have them like this, as a sort of central feature, or you can have them like this. And you've got your cup holders, and that one of course is the same. And then underneath that, you've got your wine bottle holders, and even there, you've got that Macassar wood. This table is, again, height adjustable. You can drop that down to make a day bed. You've also got another stool that comes out here. If I lift that one there, which is a little tricky with two hands, with one hand rather. Let's do that, hang on. There we go. That comes out to allow people to sit right around the table. Let's drop that one back again. There we are. On this side then, they've kept the cooking to a minimum on this because these get used a lot as day boats. But this sort of stuff again is very owner configurable. So if you want to have different appliances, then you can do. This one's just got the hob up here. There is an oven as well, which I'll show you in a little while. We've got bin in there, which is actually accessed from the top. This one here, fridge. Look at the way that all of this is very carefully stowed in place, so it's not going to move around. And there's a reason for that, and that's because these boats are incredibly quiet. And so you want to make sure you don't then pick up noises of glasses and cutlery and that sort of stuff all rattling together. This one, dishwasher, singing us the song of its people. There we go. That was a bit muffled, wasn't it? Let's try them again. Oh, there it is. Fabulous. We've got the sink here, and then again if we look up here you can see all of this stuff is designed to be sea ready. It's not going to rattle around, it's all held in place. And again with the cutlery. It's work of art stuff, isn't it? And again look at the curve across here, and these windows, beautiful. There's the power sliding roof up above us. It's actually a really quick and easy boat to close up because you power that one shut, you power that window up, close the door, and you've got an enclosed wheelhouse here. We'll have it all open on a nice day as we've got it today for plenty of fresh air. What else can I show you? Lots to show you. These seats here, you can see how you can face them in either direction, and the way that these work is you pull that little chap there. Again, this is slightly tricky with only one hand, but if I hold the GoPro there I should be able to do this. That folds forward to there, like that. You can see that one moves across, and then I can pull that one, tilt that one up, and that clips into place like that. It's a lot more seamless when you're not holding a GoPro. And again, look at this stainless steel work. Look at all this. Oh. They didn't set out to build a budget boat, did they? They set out to build a thing of beauty. Let's carry on a bit further. Helm is here. There we go. And then the whole boat is controlled through these two screens. We've got the Garmin screens here. This is on navigation. This one's on cameras. But again, you can set these up however you want. But what they've then added is hard buttons for things like the opening and closing of the roof. The horn is on here. Stuff that you might want to get to quickly and easily without dialing through the menu functions. Those buttons are there. These are the start stops for the engines. We've got the engine controls here. We'll talk about engines, and it's IPS, so we've got IPS joystick controllers to make life really easy. VHF is down there. There's a FLIR camera on this one. There's a joystick for that a little further up there. That's night vision camera. I'm going to just pause once more to take in this gorgeous woodwork, and then we will head on downstairs. What can I show you here? Is there anything exciting? Oh, Yes, there is. There's a wine cooler. Excellent. And then we've also got things like the distribution panel is here. So these basically, a lot of this stuff is controlled via the multi-function displays, but this is backups, so that if there's ever a problem, you can come here and switch it manually. And again, glass is held in position there, and a bit more crockery down there. There we go. This made me laugh earlier. I said, is this like a real ostrich material here? And they said, well, no, because there aren't any ostriches that big, so that's a man-made material there, but it does look fabulous. More of the Macassar wood. I'm getting very proud with my ability to pronounce Macassar. And other things that we can look at here then, there's a fridge down here. And again, things like the main battery switches, the shore power switch over from shore to generator. There's the C zone repeated down here again as well. Generator control. Contents gauges for the holding tank and the water tank. Again, a lot of that stuff will be controlled from the screens, but it gives you backup. Over here, freezer, and there is a small oven just here. It's a normal size oven really, I suppose. So again, if you want to do a bit more catering, you've got the ability to do so. Bits of storage about the place. And again, more of that gorgeous cutlery detailing. It's so nice. It's all so nice. Can't stop looking and touching and opening things. Mirror wave, full height. Worth the money just for that. Let's go a bit further. So what we've got up here is the VIP cabin. There we go. We got V berths in here, but what you can do is bring this infill up and into place. So if you want to double there, you've got it. The ladies will love the cushions. Ladies love pillows on beds, don't they? Have you noticed that? There is literally not enough pillows in the world for the amount they'd like to put on beds. I mean, there's nowhere ever to sleep. Going into our rant, I'll stop. TV in here, storage, then dotted around. In places like this, the Fusion Hi-Fi is controlled from here. The air conditioning control is in there as well. There is also a hanging locker. Instruction books are in there. And what else have we got? A bit more storage down here, and a fire extinguisher. And if we circle on around, a bit more over here. Now, I am the first person to say this is not going to give you the biggest and the most cabins in a circa 50-foot boat. Clearly it's not. It's not trying to. That's not what this is about. You buy this like you buy a Bentley coupe, you know, instead of an SUV. If we come out of here, we will discover, let's close that one over again, that we have a shower on this side. Really good size actually. There we go. Rainfall shower. And the toilet compartment then is over here. There we go. Decent size, isn't it? Nicely appointed. These are just put on here just to protect door handles, because it's at a boat show. They're not normally there, obviously. That's not a standard finish, that. If we go back here, yeah, this is the idea, so they don't knock on the woodwork and do any damage. Actually, it clears the woodwork anyway, so it happens. So there we are. This then is the owner's cabin. And what we've got here is a big double bed, a tiny bit of flickering that's not happening in real life. And that's all rather lovely, isn't it? They put a TV up there, so if you do want to lie there and watch a movie, you can do. And then we've got a dressing table, and we've got storage in places like this. Now, I know what you're thinking. You haven't got standing headroom there. You're absolutely right. It's just below standing headroom at this end. But again, we're coming back to the style of the boat. We're coming back to that coupe-ness. You know, if you really want maximum accommodation, this just isn't the boat for you. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. It would be worth it, because, you know, you want the style of this sort of boat. It's not all about trying to maximise space. Sometimes you just want to look good. Little window there for a bit more light, but also an escape route if needed. There's a blind, of course, to come up over that one. That's just there. Thusly, we've got drawers by the bed. We've got more storage. Let's just move that little chap out of the way. Back here. And that is about the size of that. It is perfectly functional. I would be very, very happy with this. But as I say, if you're looking for long distance cruising for the family for a fortnight at a time, perhaps it's not for you. I'm not. This is for me. And I'm sure I'm not alone. It's worth mentioning they only build about 8 to 12 boats a year. It's a small family company, and they're not after volume. If they were, they'd probably be building something very different. As I say, it's more like, you know, Morgan or someone like that. It's a boat for people who want stuff like this. People like me. Good, let's take a wander around the deck and then we'll finish off with the engine room. So if we come back out here, we can loop round. It's all very nice the way that it all works, that you can get around this boat nice and easily. Deliberately not put high rails on the side. They don't want to spoil the look of the boat. And again, that's fine. We're not after maximum practicality here. We have got these gorgeous rails to hold on to as we walk up through. And then up on the top, we've got that FLIR night vision camera I mentioned. We've got the satellite dome. We've got all the antennas for the GPS and the communications and all that kind of stuff. We've got Starlink in the center, and there's a searchlight over there. And that is that sliding roof that we saw on the inside. Look at this metallic finish. And look at this windscreen, the way it curves around. Oh, just look, look, look. Okay. That's the hatch over the forward cabin. You can see the pillows down there. And then we've got the anchor winch here, and the anchor is concealed through the stem rather than over the top. More of these gorgeous cleats, more of these gorgeous rails. And if we come right to the very front, yeah, a thing of beauty. Let's come down this side and we'll talk about power and we'll talk about speed. Why is this boat not mine? Here we go. So come right on back to the bathing platform. We've got stern docking winches here as well. Look at these curves. This is the flip over beach club area. That would be a super place to be, wouldn't it? And then if we come right on back, transom shower down here, and then we'll spin on round and we'll get that engine hatch up for you. So what we have in here is the Go to match the show. These are 3 IPS 650 Volvo Penta engines. You can see one over here, obviously the centre one, and the one over on the starboard side. These are giving this boat over 40 knots. It's about 42, I think, flat out, which is, for the size of boat, fantastic. Really, really good. You're looking at a cruising speed of over 30 knots, that's important. And you're looking at a range of about 450 miles at that speed. So that really does give you the the Go to match the show. You can see the hatch there is the hatch that drops you down for daily checks. It drops you down onto that piece of grating there, and you can get across the front of the engines. Then you can check everything. You can get to the generator and so forth. But that, if you're doing serious work, is the way in. Good. Let's power that one back down. And that, my friends, is about the size of that, my new love. I think that is absolutely fabulous. Let me know what you think in the comments. A massive thanks to Zeelander for organising that tour, and we'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.